Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. A brief look at Nnamdi Kanu's case in court, the 13th day of September today. In an earlier report, we informed you the court case was brought forward to this very day. And this is what happened today from appeal court sitting in Abuja. Appeal court questioned the prosecution team on how many times he has amended his charges against Nnamdi Kanu. And he responded 7 times. And the question is like, are you not tired of amending useless charges against Nnamdi Kanu? And the question that was raised too, why is it that due process was not followed before bringing Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria? Question asked to the prosecution counsel following Nnamdi Kanu's extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. And it's like they all kept mute. Meanwhile, the prosecutor again dropped one of the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, and Michael Zekome, the lead counsel to the IPOB leader, urged the court to strike out the remaining charges, citing lack of credibility. Meanwhile, our Justice of the Appeal Court of Abuja has promised to deliver a quick judgment on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. All arguments have been had today, and dates for the judgment day will be communicated as soon as received. That was coming from Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. And we saw what happened today. Nnamdi Kanu's supporters, mainly IPOBians, of course, they gathered around the court premises in solidarity with their leader, always demonstrating courage and steadfastness, not minding the short notice for the appeal court hearing. The people still found their way to Abuja to support and stand with Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB legal team. Something usual happened around the premises of the appeal court. I said usual, I didn't say unusual. Well, let's look at this. You know the scenario as it has always been from the first day of the trial. It will make someone, an onlooker, to think the trial was for one of the greatest criminals in Nigeria. But it will amaze you to learn that his crime, Nnamdi Kanu's crime, was only that he wants freedom. Now, let's look at a material by our brother Angelo Chidionebu. He wrote, "It's another Savior, Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior, holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior, holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior, holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior.
So we shouldn't be left. Stand on the path of justice. Because at the end, government was even pardoning them and admitting some of them to the army as we are hearing. So what did Nnamdi Kanu say? Give people justice, treat people fairly, allow them to have a right to self-govern themselves, which is recognized under the Constitution, under the United Nations Charter of Human Rights. Even the Electoral Act has the provision for referendum. So what I had expected the government to do was to call everybody together and find a way to address those issues of injustice instead of throwing bombs all over Southeast. But I'm happy observing the trial today, and I saw the loopholes and the emptiness of the allegation by the federal government. And we are praying and hoping as opposition that the path to resolution of this crisis is for us to go back to the political roundtable, like the judgment of the court, I have even suggested The court no have also suggested that the government to take the path of political solution. There's nothing in this trial. It just made persecution an ethnic and religious agenda. I pray that the president should see reason that the only way to resolve this is to go back to the political negotiation table. And I'm also confident with what we saw in court today, that this thing has nothing inside it, and the court is going to throw it away. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Things to bear in mind as Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court today. Nnamdi Kanu will appear in court today. This write-up was before the appearance. Hundreds or even thousands of military men and police will be stationed around the court. The short sitting will cost the Nigerian state hundreds of millions of naira. An outsider may be thinking the court sitting will be featuring the commander of those responsible for the Kaduna train attack that got many killed and others kidnapped. Many victims are still in captivity. Another outsider may be thinking that it is about the trial of those who withdrew soldiers guarding Kuje prison some hours before the jailbreak, or about the trial of the commander of the terrorists that are collecting taxes from villagers in northern Nigeria, or the ones that have surrounded all the bushes in southern part of Nigeria. Another visitor may likely expect to see the trial of the commander of the alleged Fulani cattle rearers who kidnapped the Methodist prelate Samuel Kanu Uche. The visitor may also think that it is the trial of the terrorists responsible for the Owo Church massacre. Another stranger might simply assume that it is the trial of the person responsible for the sharing of dollars to delegates during the APC-PDP primary elections. Another visitor is likely to conclude that today's sitting is about the one who is responsible for killing 14 innocent boys coming back from a wedding in Olu, Imo State. Yet another visitor may just believe that today's sitting is about the one responsible for the killing of security heads of Ifanyoba and the security in Igbo land. Strangely, none of these criminals or crimes seem to worry the Nigerian government. They are simply after a man who wants the freedom of his people. Ohamadike, we are with you in prayers. You are not alone. The sun must definitely shine. May justice reign so that God's kingdom may come.